Hare Krishna. We continue reading from teachings of Queen Kunti. These are the wonderful prayers of Kunti Maharani, which are in Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 8, text. We are on text 26, I think, 27. And so Kunti Maharani is saying, my obeisances are unto you, who are the property of the materially impoverished. You have nothing to do with the actions and reactions of the material modes of nature. You are self-satisfied, and therefore you are the most gentle and are the master of the monist. So yesterday we already began reading the purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, where he's trying to explain to us what Kunti Maharani is saying, that once one has completely realized, I'm not the body, I'm the soul, then he understands that, and nothing material belongs to me. It's not artificial state of consciousness. It's a natural state. We can't imitate it. Can't imitate it. So once one comes to that position, then Krishna is his. He has established his relationship with Krishna. And we also heard that Krishna is Atmaram. He's fully satisfied. He does not need anything from us. So how do we want to, what do you say, experience Krishna? How do we want to associate with Krishna? If we want to associate with Krishna in his form as the Supreme Brahman, then yes, he lets us do that. He helps us to come into the Brahma Jyoti and helps us associate with him in his form as the Supreme Brahman. And if we want to associate with him personally, he helps us to enter one of the Vaikuntha planets and have loving pastimes with him over there. And Prabhupada tells us, at no point should we make the mistake that such activities, pastimes of the Lord and his devotees, we should not misunderstand them to be material. They are transcendental. Okay. So then reading on. To be materially impoverished is the first qualification of a devotee. One who does not possess anything in this material world but simply possesses Krishna is called akinchana. The word akinchana means one who has lost all material possessions. Akinchana has no material possession, does not possess anything material, but simply possesses Krishna. As long as we have even the slightest tinge of an idea of becoming...
Sorry, so are sannyasis the akinchanas?
We have to see, depends on the consciousness of the sannyasi.
Okay, the consciousness of...
Yeah,
yes.
merely by changing dress. This is not a change of dress. You know, like for example, Pundarik Vidyanidhi, he was very rich, very opulent, but he was akinchana, where he was very rich. He was drinking from a golden cup. He was sitting on a swing, and he had servants with golden chamaras fan him. And Gadadhar Pandit was like, how can this person be a Mahabhagavat? He seems to be an ordinary materialist. And Mukunda Dutt understood Gadadhar's heart. But when Mukunda Dutt recited a verse from Bhagavatam, Pundarik Vidyanidhi, he threw away everything. He went into ecstasy. He became ecstatic to show that he's not attached to anything material. He's not attached. His heart is with Krishna. So then, now, one might say, okay, whatever I have, I'm going to give it up and I will pretend I'm akinchana. But that's not what it is all about. You know, what we have to give up is our identification with the matter. That is what, not that we don't need to physically give up everything, because as Rupa Goswami says, the true renunciation is to see everything as belonging to God. So not that I have anything and I have to give it up. That means I still am thinking it belongs to me and that's why I can give it up. But the true akinchana means nothing belongs to me. Everything belongs to Krishna. So it should be engaged in his service. So here, as long as we have even the slightest tinge of an idea of becoming happy materially in some way or the other, we shall have to accept a material body. So even a slight material desire is going to bring us here back into this material world. Nature is so kind that according to the way we want to enjoy this material world, she will give us a suitable body under the direction of the Lord. So if we have that desire, I want to enjoy the material world, even if it's a slight desire, Mother Nature will give us a body because she'll say, this is your desire. So she gives us a suitable body. But of course, everything is happening under the direction of the Lord. As Krishna says, Maya Dyakshena Prakriti Suyate Sacharacharam. He says in Bhagavad Gita, because the Lord is situated in everyone's heart, he knows everything. So the Paramatma, he's there in our heart. He knows our desire. And based on his order, Mother Nature, she gives us another body suitable to enjoy that desire. What desire we have, we get a body which is suitable to be able to fulfill that desire. Therefore, knowing that we still want something material, he will give us another material body. Yes, take it. Krishna wants us to have full experience through which to understand that by material gain, we shall never be happy. This is Krishna's desire. So Krishna is not saying, no, 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 this is mine, I will not give it to you. He's saying, take it. You have some desire to enjoy the material world, take it. Enjoy it as long as you want. You want to continue being here in the material world? Continue, take it. Take whatever you want. So because we are part and parcel of Krishna, who has full freedom, we too have full freedom, although the quantity of that freedom is quite minute. Krishna is fully independent. Krishna is Swarat. Swarat, fully independent. And we are parts and parcels of Krishna. So we have qualities of Krishna. But Krishna is unlimited. So the qualities he possesses are unlimited. But we, because we are parts of him. We are parts of him, minute. So that's the reason the quality that the quantity that we have of that quality is also minute, because we are minute particles. So the quantity of freedom we have is also minute. Although the quantity of salt in a drop of seawater is not comparable to the quantity of salt in the ocean, the chemical composition of both the drop and the ocean is the same. Similarly, whatever we have in a minute quantity is present in its fullness in Krishna. Janmadi asya yataha. Janmadi asya yataha. Srimad Bhagavatam begins with this aphorism that Krishna, he is the Supreme Lord. For example, we have a propensity to steal, to take things that belong to others. Why? Why do we have this propensity to steal? Why? Because Krishna has the same propensity. Unless the propensity to steal is present in the absolute truth, how can it be present in us? So we have to understand all the qualities we have, they are present in the absolute truth, because the absolute truth is the complete whole. There is nothing missing in the absolute truth. So we have a desire to steal. Why? Because Krishna he also steals. He has a desire to steal. That's the reason we have it. We are his parts and parcels. So now let's see. So Krishna is known as the butter thief, but Krishna's stealing and our stealing are different. Krishna's stealing and our stealing, they are different. Because we are materially contaminated, our stealing is abominable, whereas on the spiritual absolute platform, the same stealing is so nice that it is enjoyable. So right now, we are conditioned, we are inside the body. And so our consciousness is based on the body. So when we steal, it is to do with the body. So it's on the material platform. And so that's the reason we get punished for it. But Krishna, his stealing is on the transcendental platform. It is on the spiritual platform. And that's the reason it's so glorious. It's so enjoyable. The gopis are saying, please come and steal our butter. Please steal our hearts. He's stealing. Now, do we tell the thief, come, please steal from me, steal from me? No, because the thief is on the bodily platform. But Krishna, he is spiritual, transcendental. So Mother Yashoda therefore enjoys Krishna's activities of stealing. This is the difference between material and spiritual. So the absolute truth, he has all the qualities. All the qualities are there in the absolute truth. And that's the reason we have those qualities. The only difference is those qualities in ours is contaminated. It has become material. Why? Because we think we are the body. So when we are stealing, we are not acting on the platform of the soul. Our stealing is not giving pleasure to anyone. But why? Because we are stealing it for the body. I'm sorry. But when Krishna is stealing, because he's on the absolute platform, he's on the transcendental platform, his stealing is enjoyable to everyone. Everyone is enjoying it. So any activities that are spiritual are all good, and any activities that are material are all bad. This is the difference between spiritual and material. So stealing on the absolute platform is good, even though it is stealing, because materially stealing is bad. But on the transcendental platform, it is all good. For example, a question was raised. We read this Varahadev pastime. So it was because Krishna had a desire to fight. So the four Kumaras cursed Jai Vijay. And so then they had to come and become demons. So Krishna's desire to fight is glorious. It's being said in the Bhagavatam. And so, but when we have a desire to fight, then we are called, oh, your character is not good. You want to fight? What's wrong with you? Why is that? Because when we want to fight, we are fighting out of all false ego. We are becoming angry. We are hurting. We have that intention to hurt others, to increase our false ego. But now, see, Krishna had a desire to fight. Why is his desire glorious? He is making these Jai Vijay come down to the material world, making them look like demons, although they are devotees. Then why his desire to fight is glorious? Desire to fight is there in him also. That's why we have the desire to fight. So, but why his desire to fight is glorious? Why? Because just by hearing the pastime of Varahadev, we get liberated. In Bhagavatam, we read that we get spiritual advancement just by hearing this pastime of Varahadev. So Krishna performs such activities. He performs these leelas, the pastimes. Why? To attract our heart. Oh, so nice, so glorious, so valiant. Oh, Krishna is so powerful, so wonderful. Then what happens? It creates a desire in us to go back home. It creates a desire in us to understand the truth. What is the truth? What is actually happening? So that's the reason Krishna's even his desire to steal or desire to fight is glorious, because it is spiritual, not material. So the so-called morality and goodness of this material world is all bad, but in the spiritual world, even the so-called immorality is good. Oh, this is another thing. Let's get into this tomorrow. I think it's going to be a bit long. Let's continue with this purport tomorrow. But the idea to understand is that we cannot compare. Right now, we are inside the material body. Yes, we are spirit souls, yes, but our consciousness is material right now. We are not yet on the spiritual platform. So we have to understand that when I'm acting on the platform of the body. But Krishna, he does not have a material body. So all his activities are spiritual. All his activities are transcendental, because his form is spiritual. Just by understanding it, we get liberation. Just by trying to understand it, Krishna is saying we do not need to take birth again in the material world. So thank you so much for listening and joining in. Kunti Maharani ki
Thank you.
Prabhupada ki jai. Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Hare
Jai.